This channel is proudly sponsored by Dead Tree Studios, the publishers and developers of Dames of Asstoria, a tabletop RPG where you play as monster girls, experiencing high adventure in a world that doesn't fully accept them. They have recently released the Whispers of Copperridge Adventure module. You will find all of the links in the description and in the pinned comment. Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring His Majesty the Worm. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review, featuring this tarot-driven, new school style with old school sensibilities tabletop RPG, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about the major and minor arcana, as well as the tests of fate. A single tarot deck is used in this game to create random results. A tarot deck in its entirety consists of 78 cards of two types, Major Arcana and Minor Arcana. The Major Arcana are for the Game Master only, and the Minor Arcana are for the player characters, or the players rather. It's important to note that the Fool, which is part of the Major Arcana, is actually for the players to draw. Each card in the Minor Arcana has a value. A card's value equals the number shown on the card. The Fool has the value of 0. Aces have a value of 1. And the face cards also have values assigned to them. Players use the Minor Arcana plus the Fool to succeed at various tests. It's important to note that there are also optional rules here to use a d20 instead of the Major and Minor Arcana, that is, instead of the tarot deck. At the beginning of each session, you separate the Minor and Major Arcana because the Major Arcana is going to be near the Game Master and the Minor Arcana are going to be placed near the players. There are two discard piles, one for the Minor Arcana and one for the Major Arcana. Occasionally, certain rules will call for you to look at the top of a discard pile. Whenever the Fool is drawn, both decks are reshuffled at the end of the round. So what are tests of fate? When an adventurer's action within the game is uncertain, the Game Master calls for a test of fate. Adventurers have 4 attributes, rated 1 to 4. Each attribute represents an approach towards a problem and says a lot about how your adventurer achieves his or her goal. The attributes or suits are swords, which have to do with strength and skill with weapons. You have pentacles, which represent swiftness and slyness. You have the cups, which represent wisdom and training, and you have wands, which represent willpower and charisma. The Game Master will determine the attribute that is most relevant to the test's outcome. Do not have out-of-character conversations for this. The player describes his or her action, and then the Game Master could say, "A test of swords, draw," or "A test of pentacles, draw," etc. You are going to be adding the value of your adventurer related to a particular suit, be it cups, wands, etc., to the value of the card that you draw. If the total value is 14 or more, the result is a success. If the total value is 14 or more and the player drew the suit being tested on the initial draw, so for example, if it was a test of pentacles and you drew a pentacles card, then it's going to be a great success as long as the total result is 14 or more. But if the player pushes fate, and we will talk about that in a few moments, and the total value is still 13 or less, then the test is a great failure. So it's going to be much worse than expected, as opposed to the great success, which is much better. And what is pushing fate? If the result of the test is a failure, the player may opt to push fate. You pull an additional card and add its value to the result. As I have mentioned, this could result in great failure if you are unlucky, which is going to produce an obstacle, a hindrance, or some sort of major challenge related to the test itself. Now, when it comes to pushing fate with the Fool has a value of 0. If you pull the Fool initially during a test of fate, you can push fate as normal. This could turn the test from a failure to a success, or to a great failure. If you pull the Fool when pushing fate, your result automatically becomes a great failure. When the Fool is drawn, remember to shuffle both the Minor and Major Arcana decks. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part, we are going to talk about things such as favor and disfavor. I really like the mechanics. The tarot works efficiently when it comes to determining the results of a test. And it's all very simple. You describe your action, the Game Master tells you the suit or the attribute, and tells you to draw. You draw the card. You add the value to your attribute and you get a total result, respecting the other nuances. Thank you for watching this part of the review. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel through PayPal or DriveThruRPG, the information will be in the description and in the pinned comment. This has been Abraham El Jaguar, a professional game master. I am currently unavailable for professional sessions, but I will put my contact information in the description and in the pinned comment for when I am available again. And remember, master roleplay and you will master the game. Once again, thank you and see you later.